Yo, what's up guys? Today we're gonna do a full world tour of my 500-day hardcore world. So let's begin. So first of all, here's my Nether portal, which I use to travel to the Nether root. And then over here we have our giant iron farm, which I did not show in any of the videos. This was made in like day 100 or so. And yeah, I would say it's pretty cool. And then over here I have a cobblestone generator, which I did not show in any of my videos. This was built in between videos. In one of my new videos I'm gonna need a lot of cobblestone. And then here's my original enchanting setup, which I used to get level 30 enchants from my original armor. And then here's most of my storage. It's not the nicest, which is why I built my new base. And then over here is an auto smelter, which I built in this video. And then here is a sugarcane farm slash bamboo farm. I got the bottom row ever since 1.20, which is very useful to make bamboo blocks. And then over here is just a carpet duper to fill this entire auto smelter. And this is the original villager breeder. I don't think it still works, but yeah, I used it to get all of my villagers. And then this is also my potato farm from the same video as the auto smelter. It still does pretty well. I use it from time to time. And then over here is my original base. It was just for the early stages of my hardcore world. And then it has 3 layers. Up here is just an AFK room and my original smelters. And then in the first floor is just decorations and emerald outlining to show how rich I am. And there's just a bunch of junk in here. And then I decorated this place with a bunch of bamboo everywhere. And then this is my pet Bobbert. I made him in like day 200 or so, which is pretty nice. And then here is the original chicken farm, which as you can see is very messy. I only used this like once or twice, so it's not the most useful farm. And then let's just go in the Nether. Alright, over here is my gold farm, which took a couple of hours to make. This is only for gold, so it's not the most useful. That I linked in the description. And then let's just go in here. Alright, so in my video I didn't go in too much depth of how it looks, so I'll just do that right now. Here are some rivers to make it safer, since the video's name is I made the ancient city 100% safe. And then there's this giant road that leads you to these homes over here. We'll go there in a second. Alright, so most of these homes are pretty well decorated and they have nice details like this. I built these trees, which isn't shown in the video, which is pretty cool. And then over here is skyscrapers, I think. Lampposts everywhere. And then more trees. And then here we have like a concert, I think what I was going for, like in a garden. Up here is where the main build is. And then I have a secret door over here, which you can activate with this redstone. And then also before we go into the main base area, let me just show some details, like this shop. Over here is a door which goes into this kitchen, or into this restaurant. And then over here it goes inside up here. And then there's a secret room here. And also here. Then if we actually go into the secret base, I'll just go down here. Yeah, so this is an auto sorter. It stores up to like 500k items, I'm pretty sure. And then there's just basic things like an ender chest in the middle. And then this is my pet Reggie. He was I think I tamed him in like day 100 or so. So he's really old. And then obviously the dragon egg. I put this in the video. It's just because my birthday was coming up. Stores all the basic necessities, and then everything that's not sorted goes over here. So basically all you do is click this lever up so that it doesn't stop the hoppers, and then you press this button. Then if we come free cam, you can see everything just gets shot up and then gets auto sorted. And then over here is the frog life farm, which I made in the video. and then it does pretty well if I AFK it alright. Yeah, I AFK'd it alright. So basically how it works is the magma, I go AFK up there, and then the magma spawn here and try to kill the iron golem, and then when they're tiny, they just fall there and the frog eat them. This is a pretty well farm. Pretty good farm. I think it's made by Shulky Crab. Alright, let's go over here. These are basically my main farms. So let's just check them out. Alright, so this is basically just my creeper farm. I use this a lot because I need a lot of gunpowder to fly around. I also will use this if I have to go mining for more netherite at some point. Maybe a netherite beacon, but I think that train's kind of over. And then right next to it is a raid farm. I've used this farm a lot and it's very useful. And over here I have an auto server. I don't think I showed this in the video, but this is very useful. At the moment I don't have bad omen, but basically you just sit here and then all the raiders fall down and then you just kill them like this. And then this timer will at some point drop you, and then you'll fall down and restart the raid because there's a villager right there. And then I also have a beacon over here so that I don't die of hunger, because if you AFK too much you might die of hunger. And then down here is my end portal, which I mostly just come to this one. I might transform this at some point for a video, which could be pretty cool. Alright, so I also have a sand duper, which I'll show you guys in a second. But basically, yeah, I use this very often. And then also, I built this pretty recently. It's an Enderman farm, which is very useful for XP. And then also, let me just turn down my hostile mobs sound. I also have a data pack that gives mob heads, so I have a bunch of them at this point, so I just put them around like that. And this farm is very useful to mend double my armor. But it gives too many ender pearls, so I have to throw them away. Also, over there, I removed about half of this obsidian pillar for the gold farm, which took many hours, and I think someday I might remove this entire pillar, which could be cool. And then here's my sand duper. So all you have to do is put this sand right here, and then wait, I'll just remove this. So all you have to do is place the sand right here and then flick this lever, and then it will scoop the sand, and then I'll show you in a second where they are turned. So, and then they all just go here, and then these buttons break them, and then they go in the hoppers into the chest system. Alright guys, that was pretty much all of my hardcore world. So if this gets like, I don't know, like 150 views or something, then I'll do a day 1000.